So for an hour, they play really well. They look good. And by the way, also on Cristiano, he had a stretch where he was scoring but was playing poorly.
Yeah.
Now he's actually playing really, really well. He
Yeah.
looks fit. He looks on top of everything. And then the last half hour, Milan only go out and score 4 goals. Now, Sarri said, well, it was inexplicable. It's one of those things that happens. He kind of poo-pooed it.
Yeah.
Is it inexplicable, or should we be giving some credit to Milan here?
Oh, I think Milan deserves huge credit, although the first goal comes from VAR decision, a handball from Bonucci, who I think is given, and rightly so. But again, you know, this is one of those incidents in a game where, you know, it's not that Milan suddenly were on top and dominating and creating loads of chances and hit the post and hit the bar, and Chesney has made loads of saves.
Bonucci had a terrible game. Bonucci had a terrible game. And I
game.
think that was also a leadership question there, right? Because you reopen the game.
Yeah, but what else can he do? There's nothing else he can do.
Well, yeah, no,
It's a
there's
cross.
something you can do, and don't move your elbow towards the ball as it comes in.
But
keep it closer to your
of
body.
course, but still, it's...
Look at what your friend De Ligt does every game and do the opposite. Don't put yourself in... No, I'm saying...
Yeah.
This thing, I don't know, it's some kind of like illness affecting Juve's central defenders. But, you know, the reason Bonucci makes all this money, the reason we all praise him is because he's supposed to manage those situations.
That's true.
And defensively, there was a complete collapse after that.
Yes, you're right. And then Milan score again very quickly after. I thought bring him on Leao on the way...
Game changer.
Yeah, the way Pioli did at that time as well. I thought was brilliant. And Ibra had I thought Ibra was a presence there. He had a good game. You know, he's 38 years old, so you can't expect much more from him than that. But in terms of leadership that you said, in terms of, okay, let's not give up even after the second goal, I thought that was important. Scores the pen, assists the second goal, then comes off. But he's involved in that second goal as well. From Kessié. And then at 2-2, suddenly it's a completely different ball game, and you could see the dynamic has shifted completely. And then
Milan went to press them high. Juve struggled to get out of the
They had
back.
more energy as well.
Juve also looked. I mean, look, it could be entirely different without Dybala. With Dybala back. But you mentioned Ibrahimovic there. He's come out and he said that he's come out with. Well, he said a lot of things, but he certainly hinted at the fact that he could be on his way, and had a little bit of some barbs at the top. Earlier this week, there were reports that Ralf Rangnick is that the deal is done. My understanding is that the deal is not done, but obviously it's very probable.
Yeah.
The mood in Italy is everybody feels sorry for Pioli. They should keep Ibrahimovic now, as well as Pioli. Do you keep Ibra at 38? Is this something you would consider?
So I know we disagree on this, but I would keep him. I would keep him for many reasons. Okay, he costs you a lot, and the ratio of the money you pay for what you're going to get in terms of goals, for example, won't be huge.
Well, and minutes too.
And minutes
He's been
too.
injured. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think in terms of leadership, in terms of leading the line, leading by example, at training, in the games, where he can also bring you in the dressing room, as we saw in the game, he comes off, right? And I think it was really good from Italian TV to keep showing Ibra on the bench, because he was like Pioli's assistant. He looked like very much the Ronaldo in the 2016 European Championship final, where he basically almost managed the team, and Ibra was the same, getting up and shouting there and shouting it and do this and do that and be very much part of that. And I think that's priceless.
So give him a salary as an assistant coach.
No, but you know what I mean? He still probably wants to play. But in such a young team, which would get even younger, with a new manager who will know nothing about Italian football, nothing about Serie A, I think it could be a good move to keep him.
I mean, I think the owners have a big call to make here. For me, it doesn't make any sense to keep somebody at that salary. To me, really something you walk into the room and you say, Ibra, you really want to stay? Take a big pay cut so I can extend on
we don't know. He might do.
But I think the other element to this is, if you go down a course, if it is going to be the Rangnick course. Now, it's true that somebody pointed out that when Rangnick was at Schalke, he eliminated a strong Inter Milan side, and he had Raul, who's 32 years old. Yeah, but Raul and Ibra are very, very different players, right? If he says, to play the way I want to play, I need strikers with different characteristics, then that's it. At some point, you have to commit to something. I still think the best situation would be keeping Pioli as a coach with Rangnick overseeing him and telling Pioli, listen, like, you know the league, you are the most pragmatic manager out there in the sense that you've played every single system. You can play the 8-1-1 formation. You can do the aggressive high press. I mean, tactically, this is the thing, right?
Yeah, that's
Pioli
true.
has faults, but it's not in his understanding of the game and how to lay out players.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can get on the same wavelength as Rangnick, and if Rangnick trusts you, then you can be the dude on the sidelines.
So a bit of the Nagelsmann first season at Leipzig when Rangnick was...
A little bit like that. The question is, would Pioli take that? Because, Pioli's in his mid-50s now. Like, it's not like... Otherwise, you have to take the bold step. And people go on about, but it's continuity. Look, they've had 8 managers. And yeah, there was different owners, different people making bad decisions. The big question now is basically, do you reload or do you rebuild?
Yeah.
And I think the choice has to be rebuild. Once you go down that road, you have to embrace that choice fully. And it's also true, by the way, that, and maybe this is irrelevant because it's history, but if you think about Milan's biggest periods of success, they came after a massive revolution, which nobody believed in. Arrigo Sacchi coming in, everybody thought, oh, you're completely mad. And then after you replace Sacchi with Capello, and people are like, oh my God, Berlusconi's totally lost it. So it was bold moves that ended up being game-changing. And my thinking is, if you want to keep the status quo, you'll improve, you'll qualify for the Champions League. You're not going to cut that gap with Juve. Not this way, not by bringing in veteran players on big money and whatever else. And I think that is what they have to get to.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.